Continuing on my list of unpopular opinions, while the second Shrek movie is a masterpiece, I recently rewatched the first one and realized that honestly it's not that great. I mean, yeah, it's a good, solid movie, but it's not as amazing as we all remember it. What it did do was popularize the fractured fairy tale, which is an extremely difficult genre to get right. But back in 1990, a full decade before the first Shrek movie, someone else wrote and published a fractured fairy tale that I've come to hold as the gold standard for the genre. Hello everyone, welcome to the Book Cafe, where we review books, talk fantasy, and interview industry professionals. If you're a first-time viewer, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications. And if you've already done that, then good to see you again. A few months ago, I reviewed a book called Kill the Farm Boy, which, while promising, ended up not being particularly good. In that review, I mentioned a similar book series that deals with a lot of the same concepts and themes, but much classier. That series was Patricia C. Reed's The Enchanted Chronicles. And honestly, I find it unforgivable that I haven't reviewed it yet. The first book, Dealing with Dragons, opens with Princess Cimmerine, who is very bad at being a princess. She's too active, too clever, too shrewd, especially because she lives in a fairy tale world, where princesses are usually damsels or prizes to be won, which is something she takes great issue with. In an attempt to take control of her own destiny, she runs away from her kingdom and does something completely unheard of. Intentionally becomes a dragon's princess. For dragons, a captive princess is a status symbol, and they're not quite sure what to do with Cimmerine. It turns out she's very good at being a dragon princess, and she and her dragon, Kazul, rapidly become very good friends. Of course, there are several problems, the first of which is knights who refuse to believe that Cimmerine is with the dragon of her own free will, and continue to insist on trying to fight Kazul and rescue her. A group of evil wizards intent on invading the dragon's cave system and stealing all of their magic, and the sudden assassination of the King of Dragons, resulting in a tumultuous political situation, with a traitor to dragonkind attempting to seize the throne with assistance from outside forces. Dealing with Dragons is absolutely hilarious. It deals extremely well with fairy tale tropes, especially in a world where the more intelligent people are well aware of how these things work. There's lots of parts of it that could be described as Discworld-esque, and the wizards in particular are rather funny as antagonists go, because while they're terrifyingly powerful and threatening, they can be incapacitated and melted by throwing soapy water at them. And in fact, one of the wizards, every time he shows up, gets melted within 2 minutes of appearing. 3 times per book. There's little elements like how giants actually like humans unless the human is named Jack, because for some reason every human named Jack will attempt to rob the giants and murder them. There's a witch who finds brooms uncomfortable, so instead she rides around in a flying picnic basket. Cimmerine sends some of the smarter knights who come to rescue her off in search of other princesses, all of whom are quite delighted to be rescued. But overall, the Enchanted Forest Chronicles is a well-plotted, well-written series, with funny characters, a depth, and a lot of heart. The third book, Calling on Dragons, happens to be of lower quality than the other 3. It feels a bit like Reed was trying to cram too many ideas in at once, and working with the setting more than the plot. And the fourth book, while excellent, feels like the start of a sequel series. But overall, I truly, truly love these books. I've lost track of how many times I've read them, and the Enchanted Forest Chronicles receives a hearty collect every edition. Have you read Dealing with Dragons? Do you agree with me? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to show it by clicking the like button. Click here on the dragon to subscribe, or here for more videos like this from the Book Cafe. I will see everyone on Sunday, and until then, read good fantasy.